Welcome back to Debatable, ladies and gentlemen, the 45-minute long game show where we pick the definitive top 10 list for whatever the topic is going to be. Today, I am joined by two of the most talented actors on the planet. So, of course, we had to make our top 10 list, the top 10 Jeff Goldblum / Christopher Walken roles of all time. These two men to my left need no introduction, but I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves anyway, starting with you, Debonair Man.
Oh, it's Troy Baker.
Troy, what was it, Troy?
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker? Okay,
Debonair
Troy, what do you...
couldn't make it.
Troy, what do you do for a living, Troy?
Well, I'm in sanitation.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about branching out and doing a little bit of acting, predominantly in video games, because I'm a big video game fan.
I've heard of these things, these video games. They play these on the Xboxes. And you, sir, what is your name?
My name is Nolan North.
Oh, Nolan, thanks for joining us today, Nolan. You are also a actor and voice actor.
I'm considering looking into that. I'm an environmental hygienist. I clean out.
You clean birds?
Attics, mostly.
Mostly attics.
I do a lot of air quality work.
Sure.
Do a lot of work from the Woolsey fire down south. God bless those folks and all their checks.
You should sell shirts that say asbestos with just a line through it.
Yeah,
No
asbestos is not our friend.
It's bad.
Really
You can't smoke that anymore, not since the 80s. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of Debatable is brought to you by Mint Mobile. A little bit more on that, but it's also brought to you by our bronze members and above over on Patreon. If you guys want to be a part of the show, you can, and we'll get to that in the later rounds. Of course, my name is the Ace Man, Johnny Ace. I'm going to be here to basically compile this top 10 list, and I think I went through all the notes. So, without further ado, gentlemen, we are going to get into round one. Now, here's how this goes for the uninitiated. Bring up the list here. Bring up the list right here. We have
the quick brown fox. The quick brown fox. The quick brown fox.
actors. Every time. See, this is why Scarpino's a stand-up comedian, okay? They don't have to go through this shit. They just get up on stage and say horrible things about porn. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a top 10 list here. It is empty, okay? We're gonna go back and forth between you fine gentlemen, and we are going to fill this top 10 list based on your argument for your specific person in each movie. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great, I'm glad one of us gets it. Starting it off right now, I usually have you guys pick cards, but one of us forgot the deck. We're gonna start with you, Troy. What is your first movie? You're representing Jeff Goldblum in this.
Yes.
Nolan, you're gonna be representing Christopher Walken.
Okay.
Or Chris, as we call him.
Fine. That's good.
Are we doing
I look forward to it. Give me a first one.
character work?
I don't know. I thought we were.
That's up to you guys. You guys can do
do
whatever you
character
want.
work.
Whatever you want to do
We'll do a
to
little bit of-
convince the
just-
ace man here that
just-
you're
we can do
let's-
character work. If you feel obliged to, we can do the thing.
What's your first one? Give it to me.
I believe that one of the top 10, which of course is impossible to place, I'll leave that to you to do.
Naturally, I wouldn't ask you to do anything that you're not comfortable with.
But when I think about Jeff Goldblum, I'm of course reminded of his seminal performance in Jurassic Park, which I believe we would all consider as one of the greatest performances just ever. Just the fact, the hair, the glasses,
The leather.
the leather jacket. Nobody has worn leather better than Jeff Goldblum.
It's when I think sex appeal, I think of that sizzling moment in Jurassic Park where
In
they
the
had him
Jeep?
laying down with no shirt for no reason.
For no reason.
No reason.
He was injured.
I think his leg was injured.
He was injured. There was reason, but like narratively, there was no reason to do that other than because it was his leg, so you don't have to do it. But he was like a fever because they're in Costa Rica. It's hot.
Dengue fever. Kind of had that thing
I don't
going
know
on.
I don't
He drank the water. Got hit by a mosquito.
specific terms. Try to stay out of politics as much as I can. I do know that for that specific film, when he's in the they're in the Jeep, and you can see the tiny little fibers on your hand that determines which way the water is going to flow. And you've got warders, and they're just kind of going, Alan, take a look at this. And she's trying so desperately not to just jump over and just make out with him.
I'll tell you one thing right now. If I were Sam Neill, if I was that character, Dr. Grant, I think it was, or Dr. something, Dr. Hauser, Dr. Husenhauser.
Alan Grant!
Alan Grant.
Thank you for the peanut gallery, ex-champ. I would have been very jealous if Jeff Goldblum was talking to my.
I thought you were going to say we made out with him.
No, I mean I would definitely have in the
Dr. Grant
it was desperate times to call for desperate measures. We're getting hunted by velociraptors.
It's not even really that desperate. Just kind
Let's
of
just
like,
make out.
you know what? You're here. I'm here.
let's just be here.
Let's just
be
be
in the
here
moment.
in this moment. Whatever happens, happens. Chaos
Life
theory
finds a
I'm
way,
into it.
you know? In
Life
my
finds a way.
It does.
There it is.
Nolan, what's your first pick?
Oh, is there still time in the show?
Wow. Shots fired. You hear that, Miller? These are the people you brought into our house.
So,
They hate
Sarcasm
each
is the
other.
lowest form of it, by the way.
I'm just going to jump right on the best leather jacket. No, we're going King of New York.
Oh, wow. Okay. Coming back with the leather
Christopher
theme.
Walken. Now we're going back to when he was, before he kind of became a caricature of himself. Larry Fishburne, now Lawrence, but Larry Fishburne in that movie overall, and I mean just his whole persona. Now nobody's jumping over any seats to make out with him or anything like that. But I think he wore the leather better, and I mean
Kind of
he
hung
also.
on him more.
And I think I'm gonna just, close this one out with the fact that he shot David Caruso in the face, right?
Oh, he did the weight of the
Hey, boom.
Bring it to the voice.
And just bang! It's like, wow, see ya, Red. And it's out. So,
Which I feel is very insensitive. And looking back, some movies don't hold up as well because that's a very derisive thing to say to a person of Irish descent. Even though it's
Calling him David Caruso?
red.
Oh, I see.
wasn't that his name in the movie?
I think it was more like,
Maroon or Burgundy.
yeah.
We're not quite sure, but here's how it's going to boil down, ladies and gentlemen. First two picks are out. The list is clean. I'm going to put Jurassic Park at number 1,
You're dead to me, Ace.
followed by Kings of New York at
Yeah.
number 2.
Yeah.
Right
Wow.
now, score 1-1. Troy in the lead. Not really in the lead. It's just 1-1. That's what they call a tie. All right, gentlemen.
Not really much place to go.
Troy,
if
you
we're-
went first in this on the first part of that. Nolan, give me your second pick. What's your second pick for Walken? Give it to me.
I'm going with one that he can't possibly beat.
Okay.
I'm going Suicide Kings.
Ooh.
No, this is in the tennis world. It's called an ace, right? This is
Yeah.
where you go right down the middle and the guy doesn't even react because it is
Thank you
without
for
a
telling me
doubt,
how I should
without
think
a
about
doubt
this one.
where he's got the edge of the King of New York that we talked about, but he's also bringing the caricature comedic side. Put me next to Brett. That stuff. You're the man, Ira. I mean, I know Goldblum's got great movies, but I find it hard pressed. That whole movie all around. Dennis Leary is brilliant in it, and he just chopping my fingers off. Troy, they did it to Elise.
Troy, what is your next movie?
I'm torn,
Yeah.
Phil.
I see that about you.
I feel like
It's John
that,
Elias.
It's not Phil.
Sir John, actually. A lot of people are calling me now because I got knighted
if
by the Queen Mother.
it's good for her.
Wimbledon, right?
Wimbledon.
The
Great at tennis, so they just
there's
give
a
you
lot
a sword.
of. I don't know who. There's a guy that's up taking trash.
That's
back
Chuckles.
there. Okay,
He's actually a teddy bear. It's a mechanical teddy bear.
that's creepy.
Yeah, well, have you seen
Wind him up, watch him kill people.
What's funny about
Creepy
Kevin over there is that he sweats a lot, but he's always cold. It's very off-putting.
I was led to believe this was about me.
I apologize. You're absolutely correct.
So
Ham also sweats when it's cold.
it's a two-front battle. I feel a bit remiss because speaking of aces, to pull out something like Jurassic Park, from the get-go. A lot of people want to, stack the deck a little bit, leave that further behind so we can. But when you have a character or an actor as prominent as Jeff Goldblum with the breadth of work that he does,
Huge
you can
breadth.
easily just pull out something like Independence Day.
Oh.
And no matter what you say, like Suicide Kings, wonderful little tidbits that Walken does. A wonderful performance is Krauts. How to build them. Good, great line, fantastic.
Great, quoting my movie.
Those are like 3 or 4 that he has. Yeah, I can point out the fact that he did that a couple of good times. However, when you have must go faster, that's just a little morsel. Or my God in heaven, and he picks up the Coke can. It's like the foreshadowing of the
Randy
the
Quaid's
end of
death.
the world. Yeah.
No? That's not what they were foreshadowing?
That was when he decided to get on the internet, and that was the death of Randy Quaid.
Oh, I apologize. I forgot. Is he still allowed back in this country? I can't remember.
Nobody really.
Or was he kicked
I'm
out of
feeling,
Canada?
I'm feeling really confident.
But
All right.
You want to go against Independence Day?
I think I just
Cult
did.
classic, absolutely. You picked 2 cult classics: Suicide Kings, which is still available on Laserdisc.
This is
this
is hard for
We're
me
talking
because-
about performances, and you're taking a performance in a movie that could be, in counterpoint here, which could be more of a. There's so many more actors, so many more. There's A, B, C, D, H storylines in Independence Day. And this is
We didn't
just,
even talk
here
about
I
the
am,
aliens.
quiet, I'm stuck in a chair. Right?
But you have Ira's storyline in that. You have
But it
Elisa's
all revolves around
storyline.
him.
This is hard, Greg, because
He's more of an observer.
You know what?
Dennis Leary's storyline.
Let's-
You would have gone
let's
like
let the-
diverging storylines.
You want fish
Seriously.
boots? You bought $2,500 fish boots?
You have Dennis Leary's.
You know what? Let's just leave it to the
Here-
ace.
here-
We can get into this.
here's the problem with the Ace that you guys don't understand.
He sucks.
Okay,
thank
the
you,
Ace
Craig.
the Ace has played tennis at the highest possible level.
Face.
Okay.
The Ace.
The Ace.
The Ace.
Okay, now we're not talking about A-Team. Okay, we're talking about the Ace Man. This guy. Okay, I'm usually used to playing for crowds of 70,000 or more. That's
so
what the
when you
Ace does.
said Ace, you're playing to the host. I see what you're saying. So there's a little bit of.
That's his name.
Now, while the Ace
Yeah.
appreciates
Some
the
people call it
nuance of independent performances, there is something to be said for the grand stage.
Sure.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to put Independence Day
Wow.
at number 2. At number 2, it's got to go at number 2. It's going to bump Kings of New York down. Suicide Kings is going to be at number 4.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do there. Now, are you calling the...
My attorney.
Oh, I appreciate that. Okay. Well, there's no money on the line here, so it's not like I'm taking anything from you, just mostly bragging rights.
Number
And
one
you'll
in my
probably forget
heart.
you did the show right.
Number 1 in my
As you walk
heart.
around.
Is that like a Celine Dion song?
I don't know. Kevin put that in there, but I don't know why.
You can take all of those out. Those were my comments.
All right, right now...
Suicide Kings is number 1 in my heart, and
I
you just
appreciate
broke
that.
it.
Oh, so you
There it
just boy, don't
All
leave
right.
the liner notes.
Yeah, don't leave the liner notes in, Craig.
Kevin likes to make
Some
sure...
of them might be dirty.
Kevin likes to make sure all references are completely checked in the bibliography. All right, going into the next one. Troy, you're up.
I believe that we can pull up, some more nuanced performances, some lesser known movies. So I'm willing to put apples to apples.
Sure.
Even though there's no comparison in my book. By the way, this is not diminishing anything that Christopher Walken's done at all. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's just that I see Goldblum in some ways has his entire body work has surpassed it. But I can look back at stuff he's done in the past. You take a Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, playing the role of New Jersey.
Wow, okay.
That's the hat, everything. You want to talk about a cult movie, super stylized, something of a time for sure. I don't see how, without being a sore thumb and being laughable, I feel like you're already. You heard one thing and you're not even listening to me anymore. So
No, I'm riveted to Buckaroo fucking Banzai.
Wow.
Let's hear about.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't think he's riveted.
no, Peter Weller.
I'm not getting that. from
Everyone
you.
thought, hey, Peter Weller,
RoboCop.
one no character, exactly. You're just giving me RoboCop.
Right.
No. You can be.
Let's put him into a humor role.
Let's do a humor role and like a super kind of romp. The guy is actually a professor of antiquities
Everything,
and histories.
I
He's
think.
almost like an Indiana Jones. I kid you not. I don't want to cross lines here too much.
All right, no, it's we're just talking performance. The movie I'm a fan of. I get it. Okay, nice.
Nolan, what's your next pick?
You can't even debate it.
You know what? I have no faith in the process anymore here. So I'm just going to go with get out my favorites and let it fly.
Throw it in
in the ether of
As
public
like
opinion.
Your big meanies coming out.
No, it's not a big meaning. It's. I'm going to say I'm going with possibly what is the greatest monologue ever, or not monologue, but one of the finest scenes I think ever. True Romance with Dennis Hopper.
Okay.
I mean, it's like there's.
I
not
thought this
the-
was a surefire thing, but Jesus.
No. He's,
the when you're sitting there and when Dennis Hopper call him, you're an eggplant, you're a cantaloupe. It's hard to that moment. He's like, I haven't killed anyone, but it's like,
since 1985.
and he has a smile and just
Now this is...
But in fairness,
and it became a cult hit as well.
yes, but in fairness, that scene is what it is. It's not a monologue.
It's not a monologue.
It is a dialogue.
It is a dialogue.
Dennis Hopper is what
Back and
makes
forth.
that scene so good because
They play off each other.
They absolutely
play off each other, and
But,
he's
but Walken's
so good.
performance is what it is because he's listening and he's seething underneath the entire time.
But
your
the finest-
great grandmother.
The best acting
Yeah.
is in the reacting. It's just, if you watch how many times when he's talking, and as good as Hopper is, they'll cut back to Walken listening. It's almost, it's genius. And
We're getting acting lessons right now,
And
which
you
is
know,
fantastic.
Buckaroo Banzai had a nice hat.
Well,
He did have a nice hat.
He did have a nice hat.
He did have a nice hat.
But-
Gentlemen, it's time to put these.
I think Walken would have shot Buckaroo in that.
It's time to rank these. And this I've had to make a lot of hard choices on
We
the show.
understand, Gary,
in my
yes.
tenure as the host of this. This, fortunately for me, not one of them. Not a huge fan of Buckaroo Banzai.
No.
Did not watch it growing up. Tried watching it recently.
You can't.
Didn't get it. Didn't
No,
get
it was
it.
of a time, for
It's
sure.
a time and a place movie, and unfortunately it came to me a little too late. We're going to put Buckaroo Banzai right at number 10. That is going at the bottom of the
I
list.
understand. It's a great
That is
anchor.
where it's going.
Is there an 11?
No, but maybe.
You
There
could
might be
make an
about 10.
11.
We are going
It's
to,
not
of
too
course,
late.
then put, we're going to put True Romance at number 3. That's what we're going to do.
That's fair.
And just like that, the tides can change. Do you see that, Nolan? You hated the show. Now you're in the lead. Going into the bottom half of the top 10 list.
Oh, I see what happens
2 to
now.
Troy, 3 to Nolan.
Oh, I see
right
what
now,
you're saying.
for audio listeners, the list reads.
Now I understand.
Yeah, I know,
Now
it's
still-
hard. It took me a while
So
to get
things
to.
can jump.
I'm on my 3rd episode of this. I still don't understand how Round 4 works. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Jurassic Park and Independence Day are 1 and 2. Those are Troy's picks. Number 3, True Romance. 4, King of New York. And 5, Suicide Kings. Those are all Nolan. And then 6 through 9, very clear. We're going to leave room for Jesus there. Number 10, the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Gentlemen. Nolan, what's your next pick?
Is it my next pick? Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I just kind of picked random.
I'm going to look down at my list.
Go for it.
I want to go with something that, if we're going performances, I want to go with something that's a little more lighthearted, and I think everybody liked. And I thought it was one of the closest things where he's played sort of a, just where he sort of played the straight man. Well, Wedding Crashers.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot he was in Wedding Crashers
Wedding
as the
Crashers.
dad.
I'm a very powerful man.
Okay.
When he's the scenes, particularly when he's not
Very
Owen
memorable
Wilson,
movie.
Owen Wilson and Vince
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn's tied. His daughter's tied him to the
Yeah.
bed, and he comes in and
Tummy
talks to
stick.
him, and he just reaches over, grabs that rope, just goes, and then never. He just grabs the
up
rope,
with-
makes sure it's tight, and he just and nothing's ever said about that.
Night terrors, wasn't it? Is that what he told him? I got night terrors.
It's like swing on the jib. I mean,
Sailor.
sail it. It just
Wedding
All right.
some
Crashers
of the-
gave us, not only did Wedding Crashers give us, yes, another fine role by Christopher Walken, it also introduced us to Rachel McAdams, right? Wasn't she?
Bradley Cooper.
And
breakout
Bradley
role.
Cooper was the asshole in that.
Yeah.
That was one
And
of
he was
that was his
brilliant in
breakout role.
So
Yeah.
this is the running theme, and I'm glad, Tim, that you point this out.
Yeah.
is the
It's,
fact
it's
that
John
we
Elliott
have
Esquire. Sure.
a lot of these performances, as you mentioned, are supported and made great by Dennis Hopper. Makes that scene great, and you conceded that in True Romance.
Right.
Rachel
didn't
McAdams,
concede that
Bradley
he makes
Cooper,
it.
Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson help make his performances. Like you said, that scene doesn't work unless he's in there. However, someone who can rise above terrible performances to deliver an equally poignant standout role without debate, and I think everyone's going to obviously go, of course,
Yeah.
is Earth Girls Are Easy.
Wow.
Because when
Forgot
you
about that
have something, when you
So this isn't a show where we're debating an actor's poor choice of film choices and taking roles,
Right.
Because I believe he fired his agents after he did that movie.
Well, I would
That's-
have,
I may have just
probably.
made that up sitting here,
because
but
like, how do you not submit me for the Oscar? Right?
Right.
That's
Jim
bad
Carrey in that movie,
representation.
too?
I'm going to go play my clarinet.
No one really
in Hollywood.
remembers because I see, this is what I typically see an actor working, and all I see is I can envision Goldblum sitting there play piano, thinking about everything he wants to do, and he gets this script, and it's wonderful because he gets to play an alien, but he's going to play it differently. You know, he's not going to.
Yeah.
All we had before was I am an alien. You know, the
He's
typical
gonna, like,
role.
eat fish and
he
shit.
goes, instead, what I'm going to do. I'm gonna romance young Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. Oh.
And the name, even just the cleverness in the title, name of the hair salon, Curl Up and Dye. Brilliant. Just small. You don't have to make a big thing of it.
Dye.
Just curl up and dye.
I get it. Like you're dyeing your hair.
And yes, that was that movie. Speaking of who it introduced us to, did introduce us to the late great Jim Carrey. So
He did. I think he's still alive though. I think he's.
that's up to
Yeah, well, he's doing art now. I mean, when you're putting paint on canvas, your career's dead. But
I couldn't
whatever,
debate you that the fact that
Picasso.
he's
Jeff
a
Goldblum might be
zero.
able to act as an alien, and Christopher Walken, many people would consider may possibly be an alien.
It's possible.
Speculative
It's
versus
possible.
evidence.
Follow-up question to that though: if it did come out that he was from a different planet, would that make him cooler or less cool?
Depends if he ate people.
I mean, it definitely eats people.
And really, what planet? Like, are we going?
Uranus, probably. Yeah.
It's always funny. Uranus.
There it is.
get it.
Oh,
There it
because
is.
you're.
I get
okay.
the joke.
All
That's
right.
good.
We're gonna get out of this one faster than lightning. Here's what we're gonna say about this one.
Number one.
Not
two.
crazy about either of these picks, truth be told. I love Wedding Crashers. I think he was phenomenal in that. That's going to go at number 6.
Popcorn. Whoa.
Earth Girls Are Easy. Gonna
It's
round
gonna
the
be
list
5.
out. Number
Five.
7. It's going to go to number 7.
I
I don't remember much about that movie. I don't remember specifically thinking.
Eventually,
Jeff
it's going to
Goldblum
fall off the list, so don't
jumps
be
out of
upset
that.
about that.
So we're tied.
You guys are currently Nolan.
Well, there's 4
still,
for me, 4 for him.
Still, well, it's
I'm-
only the
I'm
top.
higher.
Apparently, for whatever reason, it's just the
Yeah,
top
but
5 that does points.
the way that I view things, it seems pretty evenly matched.
Well, you're a glasses half full kind of guy, and I appreciate that, but you are in fact losing. All right, these are the last 2
Agree to
picks.
disagree.
Last 2 picks.
It's actually just math.
All right, go
all right,
ahead,
Troy,
Troy.
this goes to you. What's your last pick?
You know, Gary, I feel like we've had a good discussion,
It's Greg.
and
it's Greg.
I need a piece of gum from someone that can
Where did you get this gum from? Oh, it's the Mint Mobile gum.
see. That, the thing I love
They're our
is that
sponsor
it's-
today.
it gives. Are they?
Yeah.
I just love the gum. It gives you instructions: punch gum, insert gum, chew.
Yeah. Well, it's really useless without that third step.
4th is where, and then
Yeah. 4th, don't swallow.
But see,
5th, if you swallow, poop out.
7 years later.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Are you going to offer it to the host? Do you want to win this game or not? I can be bribed. Money works too, but
Thank you, Chris.
yeah, I know. All right, Troy, what's your next pick?
I feel like I.
That's good gum. Good job, Mint Mobile. Crushing it.
I had. Oh, you're okay. You're doing it. You know, I feel like this is spoil for you.
Not on there.
Not on there.
That's not going to help you. Do you want Kevin to tell you what's on your list? Kevin can pick one.
No, I again, I feel like I should have
brought
held
my
back.
list with me.
I held back on the Jurassic
Well,
Park.
now's the time to go. You're in the lead. You need a zinger. You got to get up on number 3 or number 4 to knock him off the top 5 list.
Chuckles, what am I not hitting on right now?
Kevin, what do you got for me?
You got The Fly and Silverado.
Now, I'll say this. One of those can get you very squarely in the top 5. And one I haven't seen.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's going to be a hard one for you.
You know what? Knowing,
The Ace Man.
sure.
Yeah.
I would have chosen Silverado. I would have chosen Silverado because the character is slick. When he walks in, he goes, where does the fellow have to see, who does the fellow have to talk to get a card game going? Hopefully not this guy. And he points to a guy that just got shot.
Yeah.
But knowing,
Ace Man.
right?
Johnny Ace.
I would have to go with The Fly.
Good choice.
Real
good choice.
If for no other reason.
I was nervous there because I was going to be like, Silverado. Kevin Kline in that movie? Can't remember.
Kevin Kline is in that movie.
Okay, great.
Brian Dennehy, hello Cobb, hello Peyton. It's one of the greatest westerns ever.
Yeah. That's probably why I haven't seen it.
Kevin Costner is in that movie.
But it's really good.
Danny Glover's in that movie. It is amazing. It's a fantastic western.
Is John Goldblum in it?
It's not talking to you.
What about Phil Goldblum? my lawyer?
Then that scene where he has the donut and he throws
Yeah.
up on it and then eats it and looks and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was disgusting." That's when I fell in love with
Who hasn't done that?
with Jeffrey G.
The Fly. was going to be hard to beat. I'm not going to lie. The Fly was a movie that I watched a lot as a kid. Scared me.
Yes.
Scared the shit out of me.
When he emerges
I want
from
to say
the cocoon.
Cronenberg directed that? Was that a Cronenberg film? Yeah, that was
He kind of
terrifying.
emerges from that.
Yeah.
It was like this. It made me feel good because here's a very awkwardly tall man,
Did
right?
he break a guy's arm in half?
Yes.
Yeah, that was terrifying. Oh man, Nolan, you're
Great remake.
I'm not going to spoil anything, Nolan, but you got an uphill battle right now. You got a real uphill battle because that's probably going in top 5 right there.
Well,
Is it Nolan? I've been calling you Nathan the entire time.
He goes by both.
I'm so sorry. There's a character.
Nathan's wealthier
Because he did.
because he was the guy in the video game.
Right.
All right. I'm just going to appeal to the senses.
Pandering.
I'm just going to appeal like.
I can be pandered to.
Here's the deal.
Strong
Definitely
com.
pander,
Very
dude.
strong com.
First of all, before I start, I'd like to commend you on The Fly. Phenomenal movie.
Great
Sure.
choice.
So
Hard to beat that choice.
and I think I'm not even going to try to beat it, but I'm going to put something that should also be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly over.
Oh, no.
Any of the first 2.
I just know. I know where you're going.
It's Deer Hunter.
Oh, shit.
No, because now we can talk about the caricature and we can talk about the funny walk and hey guys, wow, but
the dead
this
face.
is a young man. This is an Oscar-winning performance. This is one of the most haunting. He had that kind of Bowie-esque looking
Gaunt.
but like, and it was so. His performance was brilliant because what you saw before and what it was one of the first movies that we saw what PTSD basically does to a soldier, and it's one of my favorite performances of any actor of all time.
This is hard. This is
I
hard.
mean, so when you talk about
But then again, that movie. It's
so I'm not trying to battle The Fly because I think in their own elements they're both great movies, but.
film versus performances. If we were going film for film, I would absolutely.
I'm going performance too.
Yeah.
Those are listen.
I
by
think
the
you would
way,
have done better if you'd done Dead Zone.
Okay.
You would have done better if you'd done Dead Zone.
Dead Zone is up there.
Dead Zone's a great one, but I'm not going to pander to that. I'm just talking performance. I thought Jeff Goldblum, for what he did in that movie, absolutely one of the best performances. But Walken's character. Now you want to talk about De Niro was in there, great things, but Walken's performance.
No, it wasn't John Boy. Who was the one with the broken arm?
But I can't remember now. But Walken's performance in that was like one of the best in cinematic history. That's his raging bull, in my opinion.
Oh, all right, gentlemen. This is what we call a Sophie's Choice, not to be confused with the movie Sophie's Choice. I like these 2 movies. Both of these movies belong in the top 5. We are going to put Deer Hunter at number 1. We're going to put Deer Hunter at number 1. Yeah. Hard to. I will lose my film, my card-carrying member of the American Society of Cinematographers if I didn't put that at number 1. But we are going to put
Isn't Nick in that group, not Johnny Ace?
I don't know what you're talking about. Miscellaneous voice in the background. Why don't you hoop a couple goldfish up there, keep them for Papa for
Yeah, how about I whip your fucking ass?
Yeah, well, you could. Maybe when you're done skating on ice with your wife in Montreal, you can come back to the real world here. All right, The Fly. Gonna go at number 2. It's got to go at number 2. This is gonna be hard, guys. Here we are. Here, there it is. Math works. Bring this list up for the audio listeners.
Do you see my face? I am.
Bring this list up.
I feel that this is being skewed.
You're winning.
You're winning.
You are winning.
No. But I'm just. This is what. Fine.
Don't turn a yes into a no, because I could put King of New York right back on that list. I don't mind.
Wow, King of New York
Here we are.
should be
Here's the
over
top 5
Independence Day.
leading into round 2. Number 1, Deer Hunter. That is Nolan's choice. Number 2, The Fly. It's Troy. Jurassic Park, also Troy at number 3. Independence Day, also Troy. And rounding out the top 5, True Romance. Clarence, also phenomenal in that movie. Gary Oldman. A lot of people forget he's in that. He plays the Rastafarian drug dealer.
Yes, he does.
phenomenal.
It must be White Boy Day.
It must be White Boy Day. That is 3-2 leading into round 2. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break to tell you about our sponsor. Who's that sponsor? That's right. We already talked about him twice. They gave us gum and they're giving us money now. Mint Mobile.
Still enjoying the
There are a
gum.
lot of things in life that aren't right. Carpet and showers, eating chips with your fingers, chunky style milk, paying too much for your phone bill. Now, that's not right. But thanks to Mint Mobile, you don't have to overpay for wireless anymore. They reimagined the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online only, which means they can pass significant savings directly to you. And for a limited time, They're offering 2 months free when you buy your first month. That's $20 total for 3 months of wireless. Tim's mom is switching over to Mint and is going to save her $20 a month. That's fantastic. This is like getting it half off. This is an amazing deal. Only it's a limited time off for $20 total. Gets you 3 months of wireless service with 8 gigabytes of 4G LTE data each month, plus unlimited nationwide talk and text. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. You can also keep your old phone number along with all of your existing contacts. Mint Mobile runs on the nation's fastest, most advanced LTE network. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of Mint Mobile's amazing deal before it's gone. Pay just $20 for your first month of wireless and get another 2 months free by going to mintmobile.com/morning. That's mintmobile.com/morning to get 3 months of premium wireless service for just $20. mintmobile.com/morning. Also, said it before, had the best Super Bowl commercials, Mint Mobile.
Yes,
Had one
did.
where someone was chewing, they asked for chunky milk, and then they chewed their milk for a while. It was very memorable. Very memorable.
Not
indeed.
just gum. This is more of a just a.
I mean, they're great at directions too. Yeah, I'm sure when you get the mobile plan, it'll be a 3-step process as well. All right, going into round 2. Now, here's how this one is going to work. Everyone, look into your middle here. You see this wheel. This is what we call the wheel.
In my
of
middle,
fate.
like my.
Look into your core, your chakra. I don't want to talk
I'm looking
about
right
chakras.
here at this.
Now, you guys are each going to get a wheel
Edison.
spin, and those numbers on that wheel correspond to one of our amazing Patreon backers who has decided to give us some suggestions. So when you spin, you pick a number. I'm going to read you who gave you that, and you have to
like
argue
the
their
highest
movie
number.
choice to get it on the list. Of course, if you guys want to get your movie choices on the list, go over to patreon.com/kindafunny, back us at the bronze tier or above, and not only can you do that, but you can submit some trivia questions for later rounds.
Bacchus the Bronze also sounds like a Roman gladiator. Bacchus the Bronze.
Bacchus the Bronze, indeed. He's the kind of guy that you'd let your lady sleep with so you have taller offspring. All right, let's go into it, guys. Nolan, you are, I believe, losing, so go ahead and roll first.
Yes, you are losing.
I'm still in second.
Well, it's out of 2. So
First place loser.
let's see.
13.
Number 13.
Good luck. It's a good number.
Let's see. Okay. Nolan, this comes from Joe and Nikki. They would like you to argue for the seminal film.
Finish that. Thank you.
Seminal film. I was going to say seminal sequel to the 1989 Batman, Batman Returns, starring Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. Oh no. Have we not seen this one?
No idea. Who was the Batman? No, I don't.
That was Keaton. Keaton was
That was
also. This
Keaton's?
is Batman Returns.
Right.
The second Keaton movie.
You want me to,
Danny
so I'm
DeVito
arguing
is-
4?
This is a movie that you were arguing to get on the list, and I'm telling you right now, this is a soft spot for me. This one's a soft. What do they call a softball?
Billy D. Williams
Curveball
as the
a
mayor.
layup.
Softball.
Softball. Thank you.
Okay.
Literally.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
So you can screw this up.
A lot of people step on this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I think it still was based on the cartoon. The Keaton Batman was also when we had Mr.
This is you
Freeze.
manifesting.
Right? Am I right? I want to make sure.
No,
Was-
the Keaton Batman had this one had Penguin. It had Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, and then it also had Max Schreck.
No, I understand
bad
that, but it's Keaton did the other. So this is the Jack Nicholson stuff. This
Yes.
is Danny DeVito.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is both of all those movies had that.
That's a great
more like
argument.
more
This is
like a
going to number
comic.
one. Number
More like
one
a
right now on the
comic.
list.
It had a comic book feel to it, rather than Christian Bale's got really dark and they went in a different way. I think that I think that kind of thing was kind of came along with
dare touch that movie.
it came along with the idea that like the Catwoman. It was the.
You're making real solid points.
No,
it was
he's
like
struggling to make a
making
single
real
point. It was
solid
like
points.
made one.
And I gotta be honest with
It was
you.
the Batman that I grew up with on the TV show. Okay,
No,
It was
that
the
was
first
Adam
one.
West.
No, I know, but what it is, it's the same kind of thing where the villains were more cartoony and it had a little more of it's like a graphic novel quality to it, rather than it's a film noir. We're going dark. I'm the Batman. It's like he's Batman, but little DeVito doing the. I just found it to be
It
almost
was the darkest movie.
if a cartoon, if an animated movie came to life to be live action, that was it.
You know what? Normally,
Point of this slander!
here's what I'm going to say right now.
I'm arguing for
All great points. All great points.
There was not a single
you are
cogent thought made. in that
normally
entire
I would
diatribe.
let you spin the wheel first, but I'm going to place this at number 1. This is going to number 1. Batman Returns.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Christopher
You were
Walken's
worried about having your
finest
car ripped away
performance.
from you for putting Deer Hunter not at number one, and you immediately, right out of the gate, put Batman Returns.
The scene where Christopher
one that
Walken looks over and says, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed as Batman? And Michelle Pfeiffer says, because he is Batman. And he goes, was Batman, shoots him. You didn't tell me that's not Deer Hunter quality? We'll put that above Deer Hunter.
Wow.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
I'm with you on this one.
I'm done. I don't want to talk anymore. No, Troy, it's your wheel spin. Go for it.
I think I see how this is going.
Goodness.
I rest my case. That's
I
what
can win without
right.
a cogent thought.
You could just say movies that I like, and I'll put them on the list higher than real
clearly,
good movies.
Danny, this is how we're playing the game. So number 2, where Nolan still sits.
All right, let's see here. Here we are. Yeah, here we go. Okay, this comes from DJ Kento.
Hello, DJ.
We are going to argue Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok.
There is no argument.
You're goddamn right, there's none. It was
There is
perfect.
no argument.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new number one. Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Hard to beat.
There is no argument.
Hard to beat.
Hair, makeup, performance, style. That wardrobe is from his closet.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. Do you think, it's a 2-part question.
One part.
Do you think, part 1,
Yes.
he knew what movie he was in, and B, do you think he cared?
No.
And no.
Those are correct answers. Those are the right answers. There's literally a part in the movie.
Shut up. Gonna do my thing. And wrapped. Thank you. Boom. Done. That was a Marvel movie. Really?
Great, marvelous.
Here's your car. Gone. I'm gonna go play piano.
Got the residual checks, Jeff. Enjoy that.
Yep.
Man, I got to be honest with you. This is a great list. Greg Miller, how you feeling about this list right now?
Loving the list!
It's a great list right now. I do hate myself.
Who's Greg?
I don't know. He's some kid that keeps coming in off the streets.
could
We
be
feed him
Greg.
pizza, but at one point I'm going to have Kevin just make a trailer pizza back to his apartment so he can get out of here.
There's a place.
I'm spinning.
Oh no, we're done with the wheel spins.
He
That's
just
it.
likes to spin things.
I do like to spin things
Not
too.
really.
Here's where we're going to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into round 3, which is what's called the Aces Wild Round. But before we do, I want to take a second to talk about you guys.
Okay, Billy.
Your favorite topic. You guys have a little channel called Retro Replay. What's going on with
do.
that?
I don't know if we call it little anymore.
Well, it's a channel, you know. How many subscribers do you guys have? Five?
We don't count.
All
We don't
joking
count.
aside, we've
It's
got-
over 7.
Wow, that's huge market penetration.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Was before this. We've been having fun
Down to 5.
for the over the last year. We just decided that we hang out, and do this anyway, and we decided to.
We need a wheel.
We do need.
You do need a wheel.
just to keep you entertained.
That
Like,
shit's
wow,
fun.
it's like a cat with a ball of yarn. We decided one day, because I got one of the little retro pies and I started playing retro games, and we've been talking about doing something that we can own and that we can create, something that can build community and is bigger than both of us, and we decided to sit down and play retro games and then put a camera on it. And
Next thing you know, we had a full season, and now here we are this Thursday, 14th. We're going to be season 2, level 2. Isn't that clever? Instead of season 2, it's
that's
level
real good.
2.
And that's
he's
really good. I
gotten
like that.
Really good. Like, he started off, and I don't
Yeah.
know what buttons do, and now it's
Yeah.
really become like you're.
Oh, the problem is I have that OCD where I'm like, okay, now I'm playing this. Now the whole world goes away.
It turns out video games are fun.
Right?
They are fun to play.
blast.
You guys brought a clip, right, of something that we're going to watch?
Yeah, we're gonna show. No one's seen this. This is a.
This is an
clip.
exclusive,
This is an
yeah.
exclusive for you guys. A clip coming up
the
for
level 2 trailer.
Level 2 episode where we played. Well, I'll let the
Let's
clip
watch
do
it.
the work.
All right, everyone. Kevin, roll the clip.
Valentine's Day. So 1, 2, 3.
Hate it.
Really?
Hate it. Yeah, I'm just playing for the TV cameras.
Okay.
It's a Hallmark. It's a Hallmark holiday. It's like buy a card or you're gonna be in trouble. What do you do? Oh, I bought my girlfriend lingerie. Did you? You bought you lingerie. She's
Kind
gonna
of,
hate you for
right?
that. Oh, did you get a card? Oh, but this card, well, it says everything I really am feeling. Why didn't you write it out then?
Valentine's Day.
This is a no-win holiday.
I've walked into Victoria's Secrets before. There's just no way that you don't feel.
Horny, cheap, cheesy, like a 48-year-old man wearing Axe at a Ralph's, Looking to get a little mac and cookie aisle?
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay.
What, I'm the only one?
Yes.
Well, it was great. Wasn't that fun?
That looks fantastic, guys. That looks
Wasn't that
fantastic.
fun, Johnny?
Everyone, go over to youtube.com/retro-replay and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, unsubscribe. Come right back over to us. Subscribe again because it feels good. It feels so good to hit
good.
that button. JK.
You don't
JK.
have to unsubscribe to subscribe. You can do both.
Can you?
It's not a choice.
Is that how it works? I
It
thought you
can
could
be
only be
both.
subscribed to like one YouTube channel at a time. Man, I've been doing this wrong.
You've been doing
I
it
gotta
way
stop paying
wrong.
for content.
Yeah.
Just to get it for free. All right, here's the next round, ladies and gentlemen. This is called Aces Wild. Now, here's what this round entails. The person who is losing right now, which I believe, just a cursory look,
Is me.
is unfortunately Nolan. You get one chance at a wild card slot. I'm going to ask you a trivia question right now.
Oh, no.
If you can answer this trivia question correctly, okay, this is again from one of our bronze members, you will get the opportunity to move one of your movies up or move one of his down. So you can basically bump him off the list. Right now it's 2 to 3. This is a very, very important thing. So if you don't get this right, it's going to be a little hard. Here's where we're going to go. This trivia question, comes from bronze Patreon member, the Assassin AK-47. Now, he asked a question. Here's the question. Okay.
Oh, God.
In 1988, Christopher Walken played Sergeant Edwin R. Toomey, who was an unstable World War II drill sergeant. The movie was about a young recruit's time in boot camp. What was the title of this film?
Biloxi Blues.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has won the trivia question. Yeah! Well done. Well done. You get the opportunity now to rearrange this list any way you see fit. You can
Neil
move
Simon.
one. You can move one movie down, move one of your movies up, whatever you want to do. I would recommend potentially bumping Jurassic Park down and putting one of yours in the top 5 so you can take the lead.
move King of New York down and Wedding Crashers up.
I'm going to take.
no, I don't feel
I'm
that's
still
gonna-
going
that's
to
not
take
gonna work
my
point-wise.
heart. I'm going to take my Suicide Kings, and I like The Fly, so I'm going to take Jurassic Park out of there.
Wow.
I'm taking Suicide Kings to and
You're
dropping
like, that's
Jurassic
an
Park.
unconscionable choice. You can't in any the level of soul
Wait,
sacrificing.
are you swapping those or are you just bumping it down?
I wanted to swap.
You can swap 'em. Yeah,
Now
okay, you
listen,
swapped
now
'em.
listen.
There you go.
Now listen, I mean,
I thought you were removing it completely from the list.
No,
I was
he's
like,
just bumping it down to
this cannot
9.
stand.
in fact, and I would actually bump it. Where no, I wouldn't swap. I'm gonna
keep it where it is.
I'm gonna keep it where it is.
That's good.
9?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think it. Well,
Well,
okay. So to be fair,
You, sir, have no soul.
I'm gonna put Jurassic Park at 6.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
and
makes
then
more
take
sense.
Independence Day to 9.
Wow. Wow.
No, True Romance of King of New York way better.
Yeah. I mean,
Independence Day was.
Look at this. I want you to take a snapshot, and when you close your eyes tonight, when you're replaying today, I want you to acknowledge to yourself
Hey, buddy,
and to
I would
everybody
bounce Thor first.
that Wedding Crashers is still on the list when you have. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I kept yours above my Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, but it's still like no, Independence Day is hovering above Wedding Crashers.
I moved True Romance down for you for that 6.
ladies and gentlemen, going into the 4th and final round,
Getting
here
violent,
is where the list stands. At number 1, Thor Ragnarok. At number 2, Batman Returns.
I'm
Thor
with
was
you.
Troy's choice. Batman Returns goes to Nolan. Deer Hunter also goes to Nolan. The Fly at number 4 goes to Troy. And rounding out the top 5, Suicide Kings. That is Nolan's pick. Nolan is in the lead. Finally. Finally, the Rock has
you can
come
clap,
back
too.
to the studio.
can, I choose
3
not
to
to.
2, going into the final round. Now, here's how the 4th round works. There's been some confusion, mostly on my part, that there is, in fact, a 4th round. But I was told this morning that there was, and I've been missing it. Here's how it's going to work. Troy, you're going to go first. You get 60 seconds to argue anything you want. You can introduce another movie. You can argue for one of his movies that is on the list, and you can take that away from him. Or you can argue that something should be rearranged and tell me why, and maybe I'll take that into consideration. Are you ready?
Yes.
60 seconds on the clock, and go.
Here's the thing. You spent so much time wondering if you could. You never stop to think if you should.
Good point. As Batman Returns is what he's talking about.
And there it is. There is no every person who has. Think back to that wonderful moment when on the helicopter, and they're flying over, and you see Richard Attenborough goes, "Here it is." And you come over, and that music swells.
John Williams score.
And and you see that. There is absolutely nothing that can compare. What's the theme to Deer Hunter?
Depression. And
You tell me
just
that there's
really poor clinical diagnosis.
Anything, and even Suicide Kings is fantastic. There's nothing that can compare to that feeling when you were with Sam Neill, when he turns around and he looks, and he grabs her face, and he turns it to look, and there's the brachiosaur, and he was like, they do move in herds. That right there, and I just want to point out, there's a dinosaur.
You what? Yeah. Now that was 60 seconds. Great argument. Went a little Andy Rooney at the end there. I appreciate that. I appreciate that for the special effect. Nolan, 60 seconds on the clock. Anything you want to argue? Remember, if you want, you can argue for one of his choices that are in
Which
the top.
you should.
Which you could. If I were you, I'd argue for Thor Ragnarok. But anyway, go. 60 seconds. Go.
This watch
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
was your birthright.
Oh no.
And he'd be damned if they're going to get the greasy hands on his boy's birthright. So we hid it in the one place he knew he could hide something, his ass. 5 long years he wore this watch up his ass. Then he
I don't
died
have
of
to sit
dysentery. He gave me the
don't have to
watch.
sit
I
here
hid
for
this uncomfortable hunk of
This
metal
is,
up my own ass. 2 years. Then after 7 years, I was
Like,
sent home to my
take it
family.
down if
Now,
I can.
little man,
Or the-
I give it to you.
Okay.
It's your birthright.
And my, no, I understand. Yeah. Okay.
Fuck you, Troy!
Okay. And to you as well,
It's
Randy.
it's sometimes it's an honor to do the show. Sometimes it's the bane of my existence.
is
Most
the
of the
bane?
time it's a albatross around my shoulders. But today I feel just light as a feather and stiff as a board. That monologue
True.
in Pulp Fiction is it's hard to beat. Troy, I'm sorry. It's gonna go right at number 1. That's going at number 1.
That's on
there it
your
is.
soul. You have to answer to Jesus on that one.
Wow.
I understand it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't even remember what your argument was. Truth be told,
It was an Oscar-winning score.
it was for
But-
Jurassic
but-
Park. Here's what we're gonna do. Nope, the list stands, ladies and gentlemen. Our winner today, Nolan North. Valiant effort, Troy. Great effort. Thank you, gentlemen.
Mike.
I had
Thank
one last arrow in the quiver.
That was that was a good one.
It was well played because again, I think it came out too strong.
You came out with Jurassic Park. That should have been a
Jurassic Park
trump card.
really. That should have been my. We can't use that word anymore. But
That should have been your wild card.
That
We'll call
wild
it
card.
Ace's
That
wild
should have
card.
been my wild card.
Audio listeners, as the list stands, number 1, Pulp Fiction. Number 2, Thor Ragnarok. Number 3, Batman Returns. Number 4, Deer Hunter. And number 5, The Fly.
Look at that sadness.
6 through 10 are Suicide Kings, Jurassic Park, True
Independence
Romance,
Day.
King of New York, excuse me, and Independence Day is number 10. I will say this: there's one movie that either of you could have argued for on this list that would have been number 1, and that movie is Joe Dirt. Nolan, you didn't argue for it. We talked about it earlier. I thought you were going to bring it out, but you didn't need it.
You know what?
You didn't need to stoop to those levels, and I respect you for
There's
that.
only one more that I was going to pull out.
Which was what?
Was Click.
Oh my God! Bed Bath
But here's
and
my
Beyond.
argument. Here's my selfish argument.
Because you hate.
I covered him in that
Sandler?
movie, and I still get residual checks.
Had to do it.
That movie's great. Legit
Don't do
great
this,
movie.
Michael. You don't have to do this, Michael. Doesn't have to end this way. As he's walking by the gate, that's me.
We're going to go one more time, Nolan. We just need to get it. Just sounds a little bit off. Doesn't quite sound like Chris.
And Nolan's already left. Boop. Oh, boop.
Nolan's just at the bank cashing checks.
Hello.
You can't tell
Well, they're
right now,
small,
but
but it is one of my favorites.
a little tear coming on the Ace's cheek right now because
Joe
this has
Dirt.
been one
Joe
of my...
Dirt!
Joe Dirt!
This will you be when Jesus comes back, making fun of poor little Joe Dirt? I love that movie, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Dennis Miller and that entire. You know what? I love the Ballad of Dirty Joe. I want to have you back on tomorrow. Do you use a little scrubbing bubbles? Hey, we work ours. You don't have to. No, I don't. It's fucking great.
ladies and gentlemen, go out there and watch Joe Dirt. If you already seen it already, well, go over to youtube.com/retro-replay and give them a sub. Watch one of their videos, thumbs it up, never come back. Always come back here, watch all the rest of our stuff. In fact, go over, if you're a subscriber to any of the other popular YouTube channels, unsubscribe to them. They don't need you. Come back, resubscribe to us. Gentlemen, where can they find you on the Twitter spheres and on the Instagrams?
At Troy Baker VA on the Twitters, at official Troy Baker on the Instas.
Twitter, it's Nolan_North, at Nolan_North, and Instagram, it's really Nolan North.
That's fantastic.
I always look for the real checks, you know, a little.
I lost mine. I had one, and then it went away.
Well, Greg's never had one on Instagram, so.
Fuck you,
deal.
Johnny Ace!
Not a big deal, everyone. We'll be back next Thursday, 11 a.m. here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment in the comments below. Let me know what I got right. Because, I mean, actually, let me know what I got wrong, because let's be honest, I got everything right. Until next Thursday, keep swinging.
Thanks for having us, Rick.
Aces wide.